How's it going, YouTube? This is Manny from Manny Fresh Bets, bringing you my picks against the spread for the NFL Wildcard Weekend games. If this is the first time watching one of my videos, I greatly appreciate it. If you guys would like, comment, subscribe. Can't thank you guys enough. Like I mentioned on the other videos, when I started this channel, it was just basically to help each other out, win some money with our betting picks. Can't thank you guys enough for getting me to over 500 subscribers. It's definitely amazing, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. All the followers on Twitter at Manny Fresh Bets. Thanks for the DMs, thanks for the comments, thanks for the likes. Again, I can't thank you guys enough. We had an up and down week 18. Won some, lost some. Unfortunately, the 7-point teaser that I gave out lost by just one leg, which I hate when it happens. It's been happening too much for me on NFL. We had everyone hit except for Dallas. I think we had them at +3.5 or +4. They lost 26-6, I believe it was, and that parlay, didn't hit. I think I had a $10 to win like almost 200, I believe it was, or 125, something within those lines. But that money would have been good. Unfortunately, Dallas, I kind of should have seen it. Dallas was kind of scoreboard watching. They had a very long shot of making the first seed. San Francisco had to lose to Arizona, playing pretty much all backups because everybody's injured. And then Philly had to lose to my Giants. They were playing backups as well because they couldn't gain anything from winning or losing that game against Philly. So, kind of saw it bad there. Probably should have taken Washington. But Sam Howell starting his first career game. I thought at least the Dallas Cowboys would have probably made it more of a game, but they were kind of just coasting through the game. Should have known that was coming, but that's my fault. I'll take the L for that. I'll also take the L for Green Bay. I thought they were actually going to pull it off. Underestimated Detroit. I kind of went to win on the on the Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers agenda that NFL usually has. They're like they're guys in the playoffs. Pittsburgh, like I said, they almost made it. They like Buffalo, they like Kansas City, they like Brady and Tampa Bay. Again, they like Rodgers in the playoffs. They like all these guys that make them money. Mahomes. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get it done. So I'll take those L's, but I will take the W's that I gave you with Tennessee. I gave you Tennessee +6.5. I let you know that wasn't going to be a blowout. I let you know that Jacksonville, even though they were the better team, better quarterback, Mike Vrabel was not going to let those boys get blown out, and they didn't. They won, I don't want to say luck, but Jacksonville won on a scoop and score touchdown on a fumble. And I believe the under hit as well, so I'll take that W also. And I gave you a lot of good picks. Again, the 7-point teasers all hit except one leg. So if you even took that leg out or you made a combination of those legs, you want some money. I gave you a lot of the straight up picks. I looked at a lot of my slips from week 18. A lot of slips just losing by 1 or 2 legs. It was just kind of frustrating. Again, I hit a couple of straight up shots, straight up bets with Tennessee, couple of unders. I took Atlanta straight up. That cashed because like I said on the video, I thought Tampa Bay was gonna rest their starters after a while, and they did. They put them in there a few times, and then that was it. Atlanta was gonna win that game. I believe I also gave you Pittsburgh. They won outright. I gave you, who else did I give you? Forgetting which teams I gave you. I think I gave you the Philadelphia Eagles. They won as well. So I gave you a couple of plays that you could have played straight up, and you would have won some money as well. So moving on here, these are my picks against the spread. So this wildcard weekend tends to be a little crazy. That's why they call it wildcard weekend. Wildcard teams playing, but it's also wild. A lot of crazy things could happen. A lot of underdogs could win. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't go crazy betting all your bankroll just this one week. Playoffs tend to be pretty profitable for me. So it's a marathon, not a sprint. So let's pace ourselves in these playoffs. So for this against the spread picks, the odds on FanDuel when I did this, and I'm doing this on a Wednesday morning, were plus 993. So if you bet $100, you're winning almost $1,993. If you're betting $10, you're making $99.30. I think I'm doing that math right. Somebody, for the scientists and mathematicians out there, let me know if I'm making a mistake, but I think I'm right. For the first game, we got San Francisco minus 9.5 against Seattle. I'm taking San Francisco minus 9.5. I know it's a little scary, especially with Brock Purdy making his first, playoff start, but he's looked good. San Francisco is covering spreads like crazy. Seattle hasn't looked great recently, and San Francisco has already beat them twice. I believe they covered the spread both times. Both times the under hit. They actually came out to 37 points exactly on when these two teams played in the regular season. So I'm leaning towards the under there as well if you want to play that under. The over-under is 42.5. So that's the first pick, the first leg of this parlay. And again, I'm going to post it right next to the video. The screenshot is going to be right here for my FanDuel slip or ticket. This one is the one that had the most trouble with was this one. Then I'll let you know which other one. The Chargers minus 2.5. I don't know. This game could go either way. This game is a toss-up. The Jaguars didn't look that well last week, but again, that was a divisional game for the division. I expected Tennessee to kind of clamp up. Jacksonville has looked good, this year, and their defense has been playing decent. With the Chargers defense against the run is terrible. It's been bad since last year. So if you want to take a prop on ETN, play a prop maybe over his rushing yards or, maybe a TD, anytime TD, more than welcome to do that when they come out. I think they're probably coming out on Friday since the first game is on Saturday and this game is also on Saturday. Usually they come out on Saturday when it's all Sunday games. Again, Chargers, I think, are the better team. I just feel like I'm taking a gamble here. Again, I'm taking the Chargers minus 2.5. I think they're going to win by a field goal or maybe a little more. I don't see a blowout. The only thing that worries me is their coach. We saw him last year mess up a sure playoff spot, calling a timeout when, the Raiders were clearly playing for the tie. They were kind of, taking their time. They didn't want to, do anything stupid to fumble or to do anything. It looked like they were going to either, just run it up the middle with Jacobs or take a knee. The dumb Chargers coach takes a timeout. The Raiders say, okay, you don't want to play for the tie? We're going to win the game. Exactly what they did. I think Carr hit Renfro, I believe. He hit him down the middle or Jacobs ran for the first down, called the timeout, hit the game-winning field goal. There goes the Chargers playoff spot. It's just dumb things like that. Going for it on your own 20-something, I believe it was, in that same game. Then he does it again this year. Just when I thought that he was going to get better. Nope. He puts in all the starters in a meaningless game last week, week 18, where they had no reason to play the starters. Maybe, do it like Tampa Bay did. Run the starters the first quarter or the first couple of offensive series. Nope, I think he ran them pretty much the whole game. Mike Williams got injured with his back. He couldn't even get up. Bosa also injured. Now they might not have either one of those guys. So again, this is a kind of a gut pick, so to speak. I think Jacksonville's a good team, but I think they're up and coming. I don't think they're ready for playoff football yet. I know their coach is definitely going to have them ready because Peterson's a good coach. And again, on the other side of the ball, the Chargers coach looks lost sometimes in his decisions. But I think Herbert's going to get this win. I think he's gonna pull it through. And I got the Chargers minus 2.5. Buffalo is minus 9.5 point favorites against Miami. This is a big line. But what this is telling me is that Tua isn't going to play. And if Miami's smart, the NFL is smart, they will not let him play. Why? He's already had 2 concussions this year. If you let this guy play, he goes in there, he bangs his head again and get concussed. You might have a lawsuit, or if they can't sue you, they're gonna have a big dilemma in terms of head injuries, letting people play when they're injured. Especially with concussions, of the way everyone's kind of coming to the light in terms of learning more about concussions. Even when my son was playing high school football, he's a freshman now. Even that was on the on the slip, on the parent slip, with concussions, and look at the signs of concussions, things like that. So you know it's going to be a mistake for them to just even try to make help him start, or put him as the starter. It's just going to be a mistake. It's going to cause a big dilemma. The NFL is going to be under hot water more than it is now. Again, with player safety, and I don't think they want that headache. Neither does Miami. In terms of the backup, it looks like Teddy Bridgewater fractured his finger in his throwing hand. You don't want Teddy Bridgewater throwing in freezing weather in Buffalo with a fractured finger. It's just not gonna work. It's not worth it. I think Skylar Thompson, I believe, is the third string quarterback. I think he's gonna start. This line is gonna shoot up from 9.5 probably to almost 14 if he does. So grab that line now, because he's probably gonna be the starter. I'm like 90% sure he is gonna start. Tyreek Hill, we've seen him the last couple of games. He's not 100%. He's kind of been in and out of plays. You have him in one drive going in for 2 plays, then coming out for 3. So it's like, and Waddle's not 100% either. I feel like Buffalo's just going to put this game away early. They'll probably go in the half 21-3 leading, and then kind of coast the rest of the game. They'll probably end up winning 27-10, 27-13, something like that. I don't see this being a high scoring game, and I just think Buffalo's just gonna take it to them and then coast in the third or fourth quarter. Then when it comes to the Giants Minnesota game, my Giants are +3 against Minnesota. They played before the week in the season. The Giants actually lost on the last second. I believe it was a 61-yard field goal by Joseph. For this game, I took the alternate spread of +15.5. Excuse me. So how you do that is just click on the ticket, click on the game on FanDuel. You're gonna get various options. I believe it's like the third or fourth option. It's gonna say alternate spread, and you click on that, and it'll have plus or minus. One side Minnesota, one side the Giants. You look down where the Giants are plus. I took them +15.5. So basically, all I'm asking the Giants to do is to keep it within 2 touchdowns, which I think is very doable. Do I think the Giants could pull this upset? Maybe. A lot of people are more optimistic than I am. I'm just happy we made the playoffs, honestly. I didn't think this team was going to win more than 6 games. We obviously got the right coach, the right GM. We just need some wide receivers, maybe a couple of more playmakers on defense, maybe a couple of more offensive linemen, and I think we'll be all right. The quarterback still not 100% sold on Daniel Jones, but he's shown me something this year. He's showing me that he can protect the ball. He has the attitude. Of let's go get it. Let's win this game. Again, he's not turning the ball over. He's making good decisions. Saquon's obviously a beast. We all know that. But again, I think Minnesota's probably gonna pull out this win. I'm more confident with Minnesota in this game, but I just don't see them blowing the Giants out by more than 2 touchdowns. I think that Minnesota defense, I'm sorry, Minnesota fans, but that defense is trash. They've been letting everybody score every single week. I think the Bears are the only teams that they kind of held down. It's going to be a close game. I think, again, these 2 teams live on 1 to 3 point games. I think Minnesota has the most wins in 1 possession games in the league. haven't really blown out anybody, hasn't really blown anybody out. The Giants, I believe the only blowout they had was when they got blown out by Philly the first game. Other than that, they've been keeping it close against pretty much every team. Our defense is pretty stout, so I think we're gonna keep it within 15.5. For the last pick or the last leg, Cincinnati's actually -7 against Baltimore. What this is telling me is that Vegas doesn't think that Lamar's going to play. If he does, we're going to see this line move from -7 to probably like -3, -3.5, maybe 4, but that's probably the highest it's going to go. I don't think Cincinnati is going to be favored by more than 6 with Lamar starting. So if you like Baltimore right now, take them at +7. Because once Lamar is announced the starter, if he starts, this line is going to come down to probably 3.5 to 4. The highest I think is going to go is 4. But in terms of this parlay, I took Cincinnati at the alternate spread of -2.5. I think even if Lamar comes back, I see Cincinnati winning this by a field goal. You know, if Lamar comes back, it's probably going to be a 3-point game by Cincinnati, 6-point game by Cincinnati. I don't see a big blowout here. Baltimore's defense has been playing better. And again, if Lamar starts, they're gonna look better on offense, obviously. But if he doesn't start, they're probably gonna move this line up to probably like 8.5, 9, maybe 10, depending on who's the starter. Because if it's the third string guy that started last week, yeah, this line is going to 10, maybe even more, because I think Huntley's not 100%, and Lamar we don't know yet. So again, those are my picks for against the spread. I took San Francisco -9.5, the Chargers -2.5. Again, that one's kind of iffy. Buffalo -9.5. I think Buffalo's gonna blow them out. Tua's not gonna start. I don't think Teddy B's starting either. It's New York Giants. I took them at the alternate spread +15.5, and then I took Cincinnati -2.5. In all, like I said, it's a +993 odds. I stayed away, as you can see. I stayed away from the Dallas and Tampa Bay game. That game is tricky, man. It's just one of those games where it could go either way. A lot of the public, the average Joes, are on Tampa Bay. They think Dallas is 1-0 again. They think Brady is back, Tampa Bay is back, just because they scored 2 weeks in a row. They scored more than 20 something points. I don't see it. Dallas's defense is good. I see this as a very, very close game. I see maybe Dallas eking out a win last minute. And I see a under. I think the over-under is 45.5. I don't see these two teams scoring a lot. I think both of the defenses are going to get at it. They're going to get after Brady. The Tampa Bay defense is going to blitz the hell out of Dak. It's going to be a low-scoring game. And I think in my prediction is Dallas will win, but it's going to be very close. Could I see Tampa Bay winning? Of course. We've seen Dallas. We've seen this movie before with Dallas, but I think Dallas right now. I think Dallas is the better team. So that's my pick for that game, if you wanted to know. So again, against the spread picks, +993 odds. You bet $100, you win $993. You bet 10, you win $99.30. Again, guys, can't thank you guys enough. Those are my against the spread picks. I'm gonna post another video, and I'm gonna give you a long shot parlay. Already recorded the teaser video, which is a 7-point teaser. I already recorded the straight up video, the over under video, and obviously this is the against the spread video. Can't thank you guys enough for all the all the support, all the likes, all the comments, all the followers on Twitter at Manny Fresh Bets. Let's get this money. Let's start the playoffs right. Good luck to you with these bets. Hopefully we cash. Good luck to you on other bets and anything you have going on, on this weekend. If you're going to a party, have fun, be safe. If you got anything planned with the fam, have fun, be safe. Just hope you guys enjoy the start of 2023. Happy New Year to those who haven't watched my videos before. or the new watchers. Again, thanks guys. Let's catch these tickets. Have a great weekend. God bless and take care. And we will talk soon.